In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can quickly and easily make yourself a front page for your department on Firefly. Now, we've deliberately not set any must-haves for your front page, so you've more or less got freedom to do whatever you want. But here's a quick and easy way that you can put together a professional-looking front page that will introduce people to your department. So here I am in the politics department here, and you can probably see behind my head here, I've got my, my department structure all in place already, and I'm on the front page of politics itself. So I'm going to click Edit Page so I can get into the page, and I could write a little biography of the department and a few little things like that. But I'm going to go down the image route instead. So I've Googled politics banner, and I've just scrolled through some of the options. And what you can do is you can find an image like this, right click on it, copy image, go back to your politics page, and paste. And you can just grab some images that you think might look good on your page. That one, I think it's a little bit too big, a little bit too wide. So you can kind of experiment or even make your own image using a program like Photoshop or Paint or something like that. So maybe stick an image or a title in. But the most important thing, or the most useful thing I like to put in, is what we call a nav, or navigation. If you go up here to where it says More, and this is where you insert pictures, YouTube videos, news feeds, whatever it might be, and you click Nav. And you can put this on your front page, and you can put it in subsections. They're really good ideas to put on the top of any new section, because what it does is it puts automatic links to all of the pages below it. So if you put one, if you had a Key Stage 3 section, and in your Key Stage 3 section you had a section called William the Conqueror, Henry VIII, and Elizabeth, the nav would automatically link to that. So when you click Add Nav, you can either choose which pages you want it to link to, or you can say automatically link to it. And I'm just going to show you a quick demo here. If I click Patterns, and then click Next, and then so I want text only, and I just hit done, you can see what it does here. It's automatically taken all of the sections that I have in my politics section and created a nice link for me. And already it's starting to look like a decent front page. But I can probably do a little bit better by adding in the images myself, especially as this is a front page. I probably want to spend a little bit more time on it. So if I click Images instead of Patterns and then hit Next, it will ask me to select images to put in each of the individual cases. So what I've done is I went on the internet and I found a bunch of images that I would like to include on my buttons. And what I did is I downloaded them. So I've got one of Boris Johnson, for example, where I've right-clicked on this picture of Boris Johnson, and I've just clicked Save Image As, or Save Image, put them into a folder. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab all of these images, and where it says select files from your computer down here, and it says or drag them here, I'm going to open them up in a folder and I'm going to pull them in. You can also do it by clicking that button that says select files from your computer as well. That would also work. And as you can see, it's uploading these images as I record this video. And then what you do is you go through, once you've uploaded them, and you just choose which image you want to have. So that was UK government, so I'll have my where should I go through? My US politics one here, so I'll grab my Donald Trump image, and I'll go to my book recommendations, so I'll wait for it to come up again, and I'll pick my my David Cameron book, and I've got one here which is political ideas, and so I'm going to use my picture of Karl Marx, and I've got my sample answers, and so I grabbed an image which said get answers. So I downloaded all of these together. I think I've got all of them there except one, but I'll just press done to show you what it does. And what it does is it's put in the images which I've downloaded now on my front page, and it looks a lot nicer. It makes a nice introduction to the department, and it's basically kind of ready to go. Then you can put other things below that if you wanted. So maybe you could put a link to a scheme of work, or maybe a recent department Twitter feed. You can put your department Twitter feeds on here as well, which I've sent out a previous video on, and you can ask me about. But I'm going to put in a little political news feed, because the BBC has a useful political news feed, which I've nicked here, and I can teach you how to do this if you'd like. But basically what I'm saying is there's lots of different things you can kind of put here, because let's be honest, the pupils aren't going to spend a lot of time on the front page. It's mainly going to be here for that first time they log on, and maybe for when parents and other members of staff look through the departments as well. So it's going to be useful to have something that looks professional when you kind of get there. So there you are. bang up to date. This is my little news feed telling me about what's going on in the world of politics. So I've got my banner, I've got my nav, and I've got a little news feed there, and that's it. And then I hit done, and I've got myself a useful little front page. It does look a little bit strange here with this kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 banners not quite fitting in, so I might want to then go back and manually maybe add some more pages to kind of get it up to 8, or maybe kind of strip it down to kind of 5. But maybe it doesn't really matter, because when you start to change the size of the page, it's actually going to readjust anyway. So that's more to do with the size of the page that I've got going than any particular kind of layout. So don't worry too much about that aspect of it. If you'd like any help with what I've shown you today, then do contact me. But hopefully the video has shown you how you can put a nav in. And just to show you here, if I go down into my US politics section, you can see I've got lots of sub pages, but again at the top page I've just got a nav where I've just put the names. As it's just a really nice and easy way of putting a front page to your department, and also a kind of a hub page for each individual section. Hope you found that useful, and let me know if there's any other tutorials you'd like to see.